I remember the exact moment my life flipped. I was in line at a grocery store holding a basket full of stupid little things like frozen lasagna and scented trash bags when my phone buzzed. I glanced down and saw her name, Sabrina, my fiancée, the love of my life. Or so I thought. I opened the message casually, expecting something about dinner or the wedding guest list. Instead, I got punched in the gut by 8 words: wedding's off. Expect a call from my lawyer. That was it. No explanation, no emotion, not even punctuation besides the period at the end. Just a cold, clinical dismissal, like I was a business contract she decided to void. I stood there frozen. The cashier had to tell me twice it was my turn. I mechanically paid for the groceries, drove home in silence, and sat in the driveway for 15 minutes before even going inside. I wasn't crying. I wasn't yelling. I was quiet. The only words I sent back were, "as you wish." I knew what that text really meant. It wasn't just the wedding that was over. It was her way of saying, "Don't contact me. My lawyer will handle everything." I was being discarded, and she thought she held all the cards. But she forgot something very important. Sabrina and I had just signed preliminary documents to jointly apply for a mortgage. A beautiful townhouse in a newly developed area outside Seattle. She picked it. She decorated it in her head. Told her friends it was practically hers already. But nothing was finalized. More importantly, we weren't married yet. That meant I was still technically a free man. Before I even took off my coat that evening, I opened my laptop, logged into the mortgage portal, and withdrew my application. It took 3 clicks. Just 3. And with that, the whole deal collapsed like a house of cards. Now, maybe it sounds petty. Maybe it was. But after 2 years of building a life with her, after all the sacrifices I made, including turning down a job offer in Chicago so we could be near her family, this wasn't just about revenge. It was about dignity. Still, I didn't expect what happened next. Less than 48 hours later, while I was eating leftover lasagna on my couch, my phone rang. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. A minute later, I got a message. "Hello, this is Amanda Weiss, attorney for Miss Sabrina Holden. We urgently request a call back regarding your mortgage withdrawal, as this action may constitute breach of contract or financial interference." I laughed. Urgently request? Suddenly her lawyer was panicked. Not so cold and clinical now, were they? I didn't call back. Instead, I waited. And sure enough, more calls followed. Emails too. All with increasing desperation. Sabrina must have assumed I'd be devastated, maybe even begging for her back. But I wasn't. I was done. The next day, a mutual friend, Lauren, called. She sounded awkward. "Hey, did you really pull out of the house deal?" "Yeah, okay, because Sabrina's freaking out. She already ordered furniture. Told her parents they'd have a guest room. She said you were being vindictive, that you're doing this to punish her." That made me laugh. I wasn't punishing her. I was just done playing the fool. What no one knew yet, not Sabrina, not even Lauren, was that I had started to suspect something weeks before the breakup. Late night texts from unknown numbers. Work meetings that felt oddly timed. Whispers that stopped when I entered the room. I noticed. I just didn't want to believe. Now, with everything crumbling, I was finally seeing her clearly. So I stayed silent. No replies. No engagement. Just silence. And in that silence, the truth began to bubble up. 2 days later, there was a knock at my door. It was her father. I hadn't seen Mr. Holden since we all had dinner together a month ago. Then, he gave a toast about how proud he was to welcome me into the family. Now, he just looked tired. "What's going on with the house?" he asked. "I'm not buying a house with someone who tells me we're done by text and sends her lawyer to talk to me. Are you here as her representative?" "No," he muttered. "She won't tell us anything. 1 minute she says the wedding's off. The next she's screaming about furniture and invoices." I wanted to tell him everything, but I just said, "She ended it. She can handle the consequences." He nodded slowly, then walked off. I watched him leave as a strange calm settled over me. But the story wasn't over. Because Sabrina hadn't just blindsided me. She'd been planning something. The first crack came from someone unexpected, her cousin Eric. We were never close, but we'd shared beers at family functions. He DM'd me out of the blue. "Hey man, sorry about what happened. You dodged a bullet. Just ask her about Spencer." Spencer. At first, the name didn't register. But the way Eric said it, like he was dropping a grenade, told me everything. I checked her Instagram. Most of her posts were private, but in the tagged photos, there it was. A party from the weekend. She told me she was sick and staying in. She wasn't even in the photo, but Spencer was. Arm wrapped around her waist. Intimate. I felt sick. While I was microwaving soup and finalizing backsplash tile options, she was out with him. That's when I stopped feeling hurt and started feeling focused. I called the mortgage company to confirm my withdrawal was final. I forwarded them a screenshot of her breakup message. They told me off the record that her lawyer had called twice already, trying to reverse the application. Too late. Then I called Elliot, my old college roommate and now a real estate attorney in Chicago. He'd offered me a job a year ago. I'd turned it down for her. I told him I was available now. "It's about time," he said. We scheduled a video call. Still no word from Sabrina. That was her style. Avoid confrontation. Let others handle the mess. But I wasn't playing anymore. Sunday morning, the next bomb dropped. I woke to 32 missed notifications from my bank. Someone had tried to transfer all the money from our joint wedding account to a private checking account under only her name. $10,000. My bonus money. They froze the account. Then came the email from her lawyer. My client believes she is entitled to reclaim a portion of the joint wedding funds. That was a lie. She hadn't contributed a single dollar. I had records. Like and subscribe if you think she's about to regret everything, because what came next was the part that changed everything. The voicemail from Sabrina. Her voice shaking, trying to sound broken. Hey, I didn't want it to be like this. I panicked. Things got complicated. I played it twice, then deleted it. Because once you show someone you're not afraid to walk away, that's when they get scared. And Sabrina was terrified. Because I wasn't just walking away. I was building a case, and she had no idea what was coming next.